the mainstream media is going full ahead with the Star Wars, the Force is female sort of situation. We watched Ahsoka last week and did a review of this, of course, and showed that this was just another strong female lead, cat ladies in space, really is what it is, where it just had every single character being a middle-aged wine aunt who's sitting there in space doing their things. It's very boring to watch, and nobody liked it. Across the board, people are panning it because they're just saying it really just doesn't resonate at all. Of course, they're saying it's a nice continuation of Rebels and all that, except for all the male characters are gone. Bizarre. Interesting. But if you look at the way that they're reacting to this, the mainstream media is cheering it on, and they want this to happen. This is a continuation of what they were trying to do with Rey supplanting Luke Skywalker, and of course, now it's going to get even worse as Disney goes down this rabbit hole. So here it is. Ahsoka is now the lead of the entirety of the Disney Star Wars universe. Yes, that's right. Ahsoka is it. This is the way forward. We are not going to have any male characters anymore. We're just going to have Ahsoka being the deal. And of course, it goes beyond, of course, the trying to make everybody female. This is, of course, because it's a black actress also. You got to remember that this is an entire racial replacement, gender replacement, and of course, we'll start to make everything kind of on the LGBT spectrum soon enough. Star Wars really has not gone that far into it yet, but you know it's coming, especially with these kids shows. They want to groom everybody down at Disney. So here's what they say. Late on Tuesday, Ahsoka premiered with a pair of episodes that indicated this was indeed going to be effectively a continuation of Dave Filoni's animated series, Rebels, much to the delight of fans of that show, minus the men, of course. However, given the state of Disney Star Wars projects, is more than that. Yes, that's right. What it feels like is that Ahsoka is effectively leading the entire Disney Star Wars universe and may be doing so for quite a while. Like Luke led the OG trilogy. You see how they're already trying to make Ahsoka the new Luke? Like Anakin led the prequels, like Rey led the sequels. The current era of Star Wars is a weird one. It's not weird. It's just a one made by people who don't understand what Star Wars is supposed to be about. After mixed reactions to the deeply disorganized sequel trilogy, mixed reactions is one way to put it, Solo not making enough money, I wonder why, Disney essentially shelved all its future movies, at least pushed them deeper into the future. Now things are nebulous, and it seems like Ahsoka really only has the big mainline, universe-altering, Jedi-starring story in existence now, or in the near future. It is really interesting that they did this, because you've got all these kind of odd shows like Andor, which I actually like Andor, and I know a lot of people are in disagreement with me on this, but it's actually a pretty decent like political thriller, but it is like a weird... In the past, right before Rebel, you already kind of know what happens to him because of the, I'm blanking on the name of that movie, which takes place right before the original Star Wars movie. And so you kind of see this as like a thing that doesn't have a lot of future to it because he's going to die. Spoilers. So you've got that. Of course, you've got the bounty hunters, which really do feel like side vignettes. The Mandalorian and, of course, the Book of Boba Fett just feel like they're kind of not important to the Star Wars universe. They really do. And so, yeah, it does seem like they're trying to push this forward as like the only show that actually is pushing continuity forward. Now, that's interesting because since the Rey sequels are set in the future after this with the First Order and all that, which kind of just invalidated everything Luke Skywalker and his merry band of rebels did to begin with, it's odd to see that this is taking place right here. It's almost like they're trying to ignore that's existence, which is probably a good thing on some level, but they're still not doing the right thing in the way that they're trying to push this like feminist agenda here. So if you look at it, here it is. Yeah, they mentioned exactly what I do in the Forbes article, that there's really nothing else out there that is pushing like the Jedi story forward. Very interesting that Star Wars is doing this. I really think that to fix this in its entirety, I mean, if they want my advice, they really should stop with like the immediate term continuity thing. I think Star Trek really did it right, not with Paramount Plus and what they're doing with Discovery and stuff, but back in the day when they, with the movies from the original cast, then actually went and did The Next Generation, which was set 100 years later. It looked like the original cast stuff actually mattered, and it looked like the Federation was actually just in a better spot at that point, a starting point that was forward, and you have a completely new cast of characters which are different, so it wasn't a reboot, it wasn't a sidequel, as it were. It was something that was completely different, and I think that they really need to do that with Star Wars at this point. It's really tiresome, everything that's going on with their kind of like, hey, we're going to just do a little bit bit more to the side of this story, and we're going to screw up continuity a little bit. And, everybody's female now. They got to stop doing that kind of thing because it's just painful to watch on every single level. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.